I am Grace Burleson, host of the 2025 Expo West Soapbox Series, and I'm here with my new friend, Nico and Thomas from Zentis and Kültee. So we're here at the show. Can you tell us a little bit more about Zentis and how you transition from that to the boba we see here in front of us?
Yes. Thanks for having us, first of all, and maybe to give you a little bit the background about Zentis, right?
Yeah.
We are a family-owned company. We are in the business for more than 130 years. So we are founded in 1893.
Gosh.
We are still family-owned, 100% family-owned and privately driven, right? So our goal is to provide long-term solutions. Our initial background always was in B2B and B2C. So we talk about B2B applications for the dairy and bakery industry. In Europe, we also have B2C products. We talk about jams, jellies, chocolate spreads, confectionery. We started business in US in 2006, also initially driven by our B2B customers. So we are mainly supplying applications for the dairy and bakery industry. But since a few years, we are investing a lot into the food service segment, right?
Yeah, it's very hot right now.
It's very hot. And also in the US, the food service segment, from our perspective, is a huge opportunity. But we need to know where you set your cards, right? How your cards need to be played correctly. And we screened the market, and we saw the trend on popping boba.
Yes, also very hot right now.
Yeah. Fortunately, we have subsidiaries in Eastern Europe, Central Europe, Southern Europe, and our friends from Poland, Eastern Europe subsidiary, they invented popping boba for the European market 12 years ago. But we see the big trend and the big supplies coming from Asian markets, right? Taiwan, China.
Yeah.
And our ultimate target is to combine the best of both worlds. Our core standard of Zentis, highest quality, highest cleanness of the product, and the highest experience of enjoying and consuming a product, combined with the trend we saw on the market, right?
Yeah.
So what we did is we basically copy-pasted the idea of a popping boba and brought the Zentis standard of highest quality to the market. We invested double-digit million amount into our Indiana facility in order to set up a line, being able to produce fully scaled up, highest quality popping boba in the US. So it's a US-made product, and we are very proud. The line is active since earlier February, and now we are looking forward to supply the American market with a bursting experience of flavor.
Personally, I can't wait for more boba to be in the US, so this is amazing.
Thank you.
And I see we've got quite a few options here.
Yes.
What are your product lines? What are we sampling today?
Basically, and that's a good part, there is no restriction. There is no limitations. We have the highest level of flexibility. Usually when we talk about Zentis, we are coming from fruity flavors, also warm flavors, right? This is what we try to present here.
Okay.
You talk about every type of fruit that you can imagine, of strawberries, raspberries, mango, but we also try to bring more into the application. Warm flavors, chocolate, vanilla, caramel. But to be honest, there's no limitations, right? When you see the menu board here, we have also spicy habanero, pickle. So there's savory, there's sweet, there's everything you can think of. We try to bring into a popping boba because the core juice, as we call it, the core juice inside, as I said, no restriction. We can process everything you think of in order to bring into a bursting popping boba.
We obviously have so many good things, and I'm excited about all those applications. How do you see customers using these products? I'd love to hear more.
Yeah, thanks for the question, Grace. I really appreciate it. So we are convinced that popping boba is an incredible opportunity for consumers to individualize their beverages, their snacks, or their treats, right? We definitely see a big benefit in the versatility of the product, right? So like showcased here a bit, this only gives like a little bit of a fragment of an idea of what we can do with the product, right? It works perfectly well in refresher drinks, right? So like in chilled beverages. It also does an excellent job on desserts, on cottage cheese, right? It also works perfectly well as a topping on ice cream or on soft serve or custards.
I thought about that.
But we did. So there are really no boundaries. It can also work perfectly well on like savory snacks, right? Some people even thought about putting it on pizza, right? So
imagine on a little
this is just the
cracker
beginning.
with a dip with the
Absolutely, absolutely. that could work well, right?
You've outlined quite a few options, but I'd love to hear more about that.
Yes, absolutely. So what we can envision very well is that our popping bobas have a very high relevance in the whole space of quick service restaurants and everything that would be considered at food service,
Yeah.
right? But even beyond this, as I said before, as it does work like in all sorts of refresher drinks, right? Obviously, it can also work within like products of like bigger CPG companies, for example, right? And when we're talking about the space of food service, then there can also be a relevance for like distributors working with those products, right? Depending on the demand really. But it can also go beyond this. It can also work for bars. It can, I don't know, we're in Anaheim here. It can also work for theme parks, right? Right around the corner.
You're
So
in the perfect place to
Absolutely.
make all those connections.
yes.
Oh, that's incredible. Okay, so we've been talking and I've been eyeing these. Let's give them a try. So what do we have up here?
Yeah, let me explain you real quick, Grace. So what we have here on this side is it's a cottage cheese, very just like a standard cottage cheese.
Yep.
And as a topping, we do have some spicy mango habanero boba balls here, right? So that's an excellent, excellent tasting experience. In the middle here, we do have a little, like a tiny little piece of cheesecake, right? There's some Zentis sauces on top. It's a caramel sauce and a chocolate sauce combined with additionally some caramel popping bobas, right?
Okay.
What's your favorite?
You sold me. Okay, and these little guys, what?
So you have a fresh lemonade, and you can add, I invite you to add popping bovas flavored with raspberry, and I do have a non-alcoholic margarita and spicy mango popping bovas.
Okay,
Different size, as you can see,
okay.
so very flexible. I will add my 6mm size popping boba, spicy mango, into the margarita, and I want to say cheers.
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 Ooh.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, that's refreshing. You already had a bite. You gotta have a bite.
I did.
too. I'm so excited to try it on the cheesecake.
Curious to see what you think.
It's so good. It's like there's already sauce and then there's more sauce.
Did you feel the burst?
Yes.
Great.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much
Thanks
for
for having us.
joining me.
Thanks
And thanks you for watching our Soapbox series here at Expo West 2025. Bye now.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Why you can